What's up, guys? We're back with the Sports Obsession. So what we're going to talk about today is we're going to review the UFC fights from Saturday. So the main event was Derek Brunson versus Edmen Shahbazyan. Crazy stuff happened. We'll get to that soon. But we're going to start with the first fight of the main card. We have Bobby Green versus Leandro Venata. Wow. Extremely fun fight. A big stand-up battle. That fight of the year a couple years ago or a few years ago, it was unreal. Fantastic fight. This one, just as good. But Bobby Green did win by unanimous decision this time. Last time it was a draw. This time Bobby Green won via decision. Great stand-up fight, but I think Bobby Green was just a little bit of better boxer. Lando really did show off some kicks, some solid boxing, but Bobby Green was better at keeping up his distance, and then he took over, and he did win unanimous decision. Excellent fight to watch. All right, next fight we got Vincent Luque versus Randy Brown. Great to watch. Back and forth again. I think, but Luque really stood out with his leg kicks. He really put Brown at bay with pushing him backwards with his leg kicks, and then he had to switch stances and whatnot. In the end, Vince Luque brought him up against the fence. Randy Brown was going to grab the ground, so he was a ground opponent. But before he could do that, Luque grabbed his head, brought it up, kneed him in the face, and then knocked him out. Pretty much TKO victory in round 2. All right, we got the co-main event. We got Jennifer Maia versus Joanne Calderwood. Wow. Joanne Calderwood, I'm pretty sure, had a fight booked with Valentina Shevchenko for a championship belt, but Shevchenko wasn't going to be able to fight anytime soon, so Calderwood wanted to fight sooner, so she took this fight against Jennifer Maia, and wow, it backfired. Jennifer Maia came out looking great. Calderwood, I think, really underestimated her, and Maia pretty much was pretty dominant, and in the end got an unreal armbar. And now Jennifer Maia versus Valentina Shevchenko next, which should be a solid fight. I think Shevchenko will win because I just don't see her ever losing, unless it's against Amanda Nunes again or something like that. But that's be an awesome fight to see. Now time for the main event: Derek Brunson versus Edmen Shahbazyan. Wow. I followed Derek Brunson since he was in Strikeforce. He was an extremely hyped up fighter back in Strikeforce. He's very athletic, very dominant, very strong, great wrestler. And he came to the UFC. He was doing great, but then he fought big opponents like Yoel Romero, Anderson Silva, Robert Whitaker, Lyoto Machida. He beat Lyoto Machida. It was a big upset. He's lost big fights, and he loses them early because he rushes in. So to be honest, I thought he was going to rush into this fight, and that's when Shahbazyan would take over, because Shahbazyan has great boxing, extremely strong. He's a little bit bigger than what Brunson was. And I thought Edmen was going to win. I really thought so. I could see Derek Brunson winning, because if he really learned how to take his time, he could be an elite fighter in that division for sure and fight for the title. And that's exactly what he did. He was more patient, used his wrestling to his advantage, didn't rush in, and really just picked apart Edmen and dominate. He looked great from start to finish. He was winning the whole fight, and he wrecked him in round 3. At the end of round 2, he did pretty much knock Edmen out, and I really thought they should have probably stopped it there because he was clearly out cold. And then he came back in round 3 and just got beaten. Hard beaten. I think that was a fine stop. A lot of people were like, oh, that's early stoppage. Not at all. Edmen was out from the round before, and he just shouldn't have taken any more damage. So I was very happy with that stop. I think Derek Brunson is extremely exciting now. He looks rejuvenated. I think he'll be an excellent fighter for years to come. I think he's about 34, 35 years old. But he looks great. Looked fantastic. Looked a lot better than he did in previous fights. I'm excited to see him rock that division, whoever he fights next. Alright, guys. Thanks for listening. And don't forget, stay obsessed.